Hey guys, thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms at Phenoboxing. You can follow my personal social media at Adriana_sports.
He talks about everybody else except for me, but some people want to say that I'm desperate for the fight. I'm not desperate best. I'm willing to fight whoever. I'll fight Berlanga, I'll fight Charlo, I'll fight Caleb Plant, I'll fight Canelo. I just want to show the world I'm the best. I just want the opportunity to show the world I'm the best.
Do you think that stylistically you give him the most difficult challenge out there because you are tall, you have a good reach, you work behind the jab, you got a vicious right hand, you come forward, you're a big super middleweight. It's not like you are, a small super middleweight. You're a big super middleweight and you're young.
No, definitely. You see, there's a lot of similarities between me and Canelo. Body shots, uppercuts. The thing about me is I have a wicked variety of punches too. I can put my punches together as good as he can. And I have an amazing jab. You see when Kovalev fought Canelo in the beginning, Kovalev was hitting him with just a little stiff jab and Canelo was not able to get in. I could throw the jab. I could throw hard jabs all night. So I feel like I give him the best fight at anybody. And I feel like his team knows that too. So I feel like that's the reason why, they're kind of avoiding me. But, at the end of the day, if he does vacate his belt, he's just going to show everybody how afraid he is of me, and people can say whatever they want. People can say that I'm desperate, that Canelo is too experienced for this and that. Until he gets in the ring and show me, I feel like I'm the best in the world and I'll beat that guy.
So what did you think of his performance against Yildirim on Saturday night? I'm sure you watched it.
It was good. I take nothing away from him. And I never hate on Canelo. He's a great fighter. He looked good. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. The variety, body shots. I just felt like Yildirim, he was... what did he throw? Like 15 punches?
Yeah, something like
that.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous, man. But I feel like it was just, anyways, he was, Yildirim is not at the level. He's not at the level. You see, he couldn't even beat Darrell, and I stopped Darrell. And you know what I mean? He was not going to compete with Canelo. But, it was a good fight. He did what he was supposed to do. He did good. I always give credit where credit is due.
Well, let's talk about Anthony Darrell, the man that you beat in September of 2019. He had a draw against Kyron Davis on Saturday night on Fox. What was your interpretation of that performance?
I felt like the victory could have went to Darrell. I feel like his shots were more effective and he was landing more shots. But at the end of the day, the judges seen it a little bit different. But I was getting kind of excited because I wanted to get that rematch, with Darrell. I feel like it was a good fight and it deserved a rematch. But if we could still make a rematch, I would not be disappointed. I'm just willing to give the fans the best fights they want to see, and I'll fight whoever. If they if it's a good fight for the fans, I'm here for the fans and give them what they want to see.
David, you want to get some clarification at some point before your fight against Ronald Ellis as to what could potentially be next by you or for you from the WBC? Because the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, they're the ones who ordered these two super middleweight title eliminator matchups. Do you want clarification or does it not matter to you? Or you're like, let me go and beat Alice and then the WBC will tell us what's going to happen from there?
It doesn't matter to me. My job is just to beat whoever it is in front of me. If they want to make it a title eliminator, I feel like I was already in line. If I lost the title, but I don't think I need a title eliminator. But if I need a title eliminator, then I'm all for it. I'll beat whoever they put in front of me.
How much does being a father, I think you have a 5-month-old or 6-month-old son. Congratulations to you and your entire family. I know you're very happy with it, but what is it like being a father, and has that changed your approach to being a prize fighter?
Yeah, definitely. He turned 6 months on the 9th, and I'm very excited. I'm very proud, and it just gives me a different sense of motivation, and a different sense of and I just want it now, since I feel like he's next year he's gonna be 1 year. The year after is gonna be 2 years. So I feel like I have to be as professional as I can be. I have to conduct myself like a professional, and I have to be a role model for him, because what. I feel like everybody tells me, you enjoy him now because time goes by, and then by the time he's going to be 5. So I just want to be the best father and the best role model I could be for him.
Now, does he come up and see you in training camp? Are they with you in training camp out in Big Bear? What's that going like?
No, this time they just see me one time, because I wanted everything to run smooth and perfectly, and I wanted to be as motivated and focused as I could be. But you know, they're definitely gonna keep coming to see me when I'm out here in training camp. You know, because it's hard, man. It's probably the hardest thing I ever had to do. You know, I left the week before my birthday. You know, 2 weeks before Christmas, New Year's, and all that. And you know, it was kind of it's a little depressing because I could have spent it with my boy or my girlfriend. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm doing this for them, and I hope they understand. You know, there's gonna be more Christmases and more birthdays, and they're gonna be better as time comes by.
Well, that's fantastic. And David, I want to also keep going after 168, your division. Caleb Plant, he's the IBF super middleweight champion of the world. What did you think of his showing against Caleb Truax just over a month ago?
Right, it was a good fight. It was a good performance. He did what he had to do. He landed everything he had to land. But when you're a champion like that, and you want to make a statement. And especially a guy that's over his hill like that. Was he 39 years old, Caleb Truax? He was getting hit with literally every shot, and he had nothing to offer. You know, he didn't come back with anything. So it kind of just it's very disappointing. You know, if you're a Caleb Plant fan, if Caleb Plant goes out there and hits an old guy with everything he could possibly hit, and you still can't stop him, especially when a guy that I stopped him. Anthony Durrell stopped him in the first round. So I mean, for him to, you know, just want to solidify himself as, you know, one of the best champions at 168, you know, it wasn't really an impressive performance in my eyes, you know, but I mean, he did what he had to do, but I feel like he's just too weak for that. You know, he's just a weak champion. Basically, that's how I'm gonna put it.
And in your mind, do you think he takes another fight before potentially putting himself in line for the quote unquote Canelo sweepstakes?
I don't think so. I feel like he's gonna sit out as long as until he gets that fight. But Canelo, you know, he's back in it. He's always back in the gym. You know, he doesn't take too much time off, so he's not gonna be taking too much time off either. I think they might fight in September. But either way, you know, once Canelo beats him, you know, I'm still next to get in there with Caleb Plant. You know, I still want to beat his ass, so that doesn't change. Even with the loss, without a loss, I'm still gonna beat his ass.
So there's some real animosity between you two.
Yeah, I don't like him. And I want to knock him out. That's the only thing I want to do. I want to hurt him.
Well, I also want to talk about Jermall Charlo, a guy who said, you know, he's the not super middleweight, he's the middleweight champion of the world, thinking about coming up here to 168. But I think on his Instagram, he said, one, he doesn't want to fight anybody under the age of 25. And two, you have to be vaccinated in order to fight him. What's your response to what Jermall Charlo said?
Well, if he wants me to get vaccinated, I'll go get vaccinated just for him, you know. But, I mean, I never said nothing about Jermall Charlo. The only thing I said is I would love to get a fight in with him. And then he did an interview with Boxing Sweet Science. He said he'll knock me out. He'll break my neck. Something like that, bro. And then I'm just like, I'm not going to let nobody talk to me like that. So if you're telling me some words like that, you better be ready to fight me. You know, you better be ready to back that up in the ring. So I say my stuff. I say my piece. I go at him too. And what now? I need a COVID vaccine. I need to be 25 and older. I need proof of GED. You know, it's just, and now he don't even want to come up to 168. He wants to do a catch weight. Like, I didn't say I wasn't do a catch weight. I didn't say I was going to go down. You said you wanted to come up to 168. So now what's the problem? You know, I feel like everybody, they just say all this stuff about me because they think I'm not going to say nothing. At the end of the day, I'm not nobody's friend right here. I don't want to be nobody's friend. I'm here to knock people out, and that's my mission here. I'm here to knock people out, and if you don't want to get knocked out, don't mention my name.
Well, yeah, you have an 86% knockout percentage. I mean, that's a very high knockout percentage. Where does that power come from, David? Is it something that you've always had? Is it something that you have helped to get better as time progresses? What is the key to the punching power from El Bandera Roja?
That's that big boy power. That's when you hit 250 pounds, you know, that power never goes away. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, definitely, I've always been a power puncher since I was younger, and then just perfecting the power punches, really twisting into the shots. And it's just a variety of shots I could throw. It's just, I'm not a head hunter. You know, I'll find the head, but I'm not just a head hunter. I go down to the body. Everything I do, I just set things up perfectly. And then, you know, sometimes you don't even have to throw hard. You just have to hit the right spot and the people go down. But I definitely like punishing and hurting individuals. That's what I love to do. You know, I feel more satisfied with stopping somebody or dropping somebody than the winning a decision fight or a decision. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, it's more satisfying when I stop somebody, because when after the fight, they can't say, oh, the judges robbed it from me. Next time I could beat him. You know, everybody, since I came back, since I got suspended, I've stopped everybody. I've stopped Javion Love. I've stopped Darrell. I've stopped Romer Angulo, and I'm gonna stop Ronald Ellis. You know, and this is just the type of fighting style people want to see.
Well, when I watch you fight, David, I almost feel like with you enjoy punishing your opponents. You don't like the first round knockout I almost feel like something that is not interesting for you. You like to go out there and you systematically break somebody down and you punish them over the course of however long they can last that abuse. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think it's harder to do that. It takes more talent to have somebody give up on their own and just say, I can't do it no more, than to knocking somebody out. I mean, I definitely, if I could get the knockout, I'll knock them out. But it's something that really satisfies me, you know, especially the way I start with my jab. You know, I don't go in there just looking for the knockout. You know, I do everything correct, and that's why the stoppages come. And then that's just the fighting style I've had. And it's a technique that my dad showed me, and it's a way of boxing. You know, I just have a system in boxing, and as you can see, you know, jab is no secret. Jab, start with jab, you know, go in the middle, you know, go uppercuts and then body shots. That's the system, and it always works.
Well, you brought up your father. You and your father have this amazing chemistry together. I have spoken to your father many, many times. Always enjoy being around him, your brother as well. But what about the relationship with you and your father? You know, we see at times that some